Hey YouTubers, this is Jacques from Jacques Photography, and I'm going to talk to you about a aerial hoop photo shoot I did with a girl named Alexane Mezzorana. She is an aerial hoop artist and she needed a portfolio. She contacted me last week, and at the end of the week, we were already shooting. It was really cool, so stay tuned. YouTubers, don't forget to watch my live streams. I started doing live streams once a week. I haven't decided on the day yet, but it normally is at the beginning of the week. There will be live streams. I'll be doing them on Triage and stuff like that. But basically, I really love it, guys. I get to talk to you and you guys give me feedback right on the spot and you argue with each other. What is cooler than that? I just love that shit. And I mediate it. So anyways, now, let's get to the shoot I just did with Alexane. Now, Alexane does aerial hoop. Now, I just want to talk about a couple of the challenges you have when you're working with aerials. One of the biggest challenges you have in aerials is the fact of where are you going to shoot. Now, as you can see from here, this space is quite large. So that's the first challenge. You got to get a place that is large because you're shooting someone who does aerials. So you want to get the point across that they're up in the sky. They're up in the sky. So if the place has a low ceiling, you can't get those shots where you shoot from the floor. Because I shoot a lot from the floor. I shoot from the floor up just to make it look like they're 20 feet up in the air, because that's the way their shows go. Aerials, it's all about being up in the air and high. The second challenge is what's called rigging. And it's not an easy one to solve. You can get a lot of studios that have high ceilings and they're very large, but they will not allow you to go and rig up on their ceiling. And your ceiling has to be able to carry the weight of a human being ×2 and ×3. Why do I say ×2 and ×3? Well, it's because not only is the weight of the artist on the hoop, but as soon as they start spinning and swinging, the inertial weight of that person increases. So you have to make sure, so let's say your artist weighs 120 pounds or 115. Circus artists, are generally in shape, but remember they got muscle mass. So, they're 120, 115, even they can go up to 130, an aerial artist. Now, because of that fact and the inertial mass, your ceiling has to be able to take at least 400 pounds. So 400 pounds, not every studio has that. And some people are just not ready to take what they call the risk. They ask you to be insured and the whole bit. But anyways, that's the second challenge. And the third challenge is lighting. Lighting is a bit tough, and I'll tell you why. What I do is I tell everybody who actually has the money and the budget, make sure you predict to have someone else with you. And the reason why is you have to adjust lighting a lot. Now, as you can see in this setup, I have a little small hair light strip, and I have a beauty dish. What I do is I take the beauty dish. It normally goes in the face of the artist, and because it's a beauty dish with grid, which it does, you can't see from here, but it is a beauty dish with grid, it shoots really a cylinder out there and it keeps everything around it dark. So this beauty dish is really centered to just the face. Over here, I have a small hair light strip. Now, why did I use a hair light strip? I did not like my back wall at all. I mean, it was okay and it had a bit of cachet. In fact, in this shot, I was trying out some stuff. See in the back, I have a wireless flash. It's basically on eye, so it can actually just hear the flash, see the flash and shoot. And I tried lighting up the wall and it never worked. So what I did is I pulled out the hair light strip to just get the length of the person's body. This hair light strip, by the way, has a grid in it as well. So lighting is a challenge, not only because you have to set up your lighting to do what I like to call poses with aerials, but as soon as that person wants to spin and do something more action-wise, see the height. Right now I'm set for poses. I am at standing height here, so I'll be able to hold my camera in my hands and take my shots. As soon as they say they want to spin, we have to move this aerial hoop up to about here. The bottom of the aerial hoop comes here. Why is that? the artist has to be at arm's length to be able to spin this circle. So now what happens with that is you have to light up the aerial hoop to make sure people realize she's spinning with an aerial hoop, and light up the person's body. So 90% of the time, your hair light will move up. And I'm not talking about 2 feet. I'm talking about 5 feet up. You know, that's why I use these big stands. So I get this way up. And I keep my beauty dish on the face. So her face is probably at the same height here because we move up the hoop. And that's the deal. So lighting is a challenge. I'm telling you right now, guys, make sure you bring someone with you, a friend or anything, somebody who can move the lights at a distance as you test and try shots. And that brings me to the next point, which is there is a lot of testing, looking. It's not like portraits where as soon as you get your lighting and you're spot on, you just have to move a tiny bit to get a certain mood. This is a lot of work. I mean, it's a lot of work. So I just wanted to mention those 3 challenges. Let's get back to our triage here. So this was a setup here. I was using the XT2 and the XT20. And I believe it or not, I don't have a great wide angle fixed focal, which is not a good thing. I have a 35mm f2 by Fuji, which is absolutely stunning. And I have the 56 f1.2 by Fuji, and I love both of those. Listen, I'm going to do like the cooking shows and spare you guys the whole idea of going through the triage, but these are the actual pictures I picked from that shoot that we did the other day. Some of them are really nice, and they need retouches. So you will now be looking at the slideshow with retouches done. Enjoy. There it is, YouTubers. Hope you enjoyed that slideshow. Like, share, subscribe, and please check out the vlog of the shoot I did on portraits with Alexane. You might like it a lot, and don't forget, keep on making something from nothing.